Hello everyone, and welcome back to Satisfactory. In this episode, we will finish building the Craterside railroad, and we will actually manage to put a train on it. We will use this train to ferry the rubber from the refinery to the main base, so we can get started on building those new materials that we will need to finish the project. At the end of the episode, we will spend a little bit more time decorating our current two factories on the main platform, and that is going to be pretty much the entire episode. So yeah, let's not waste any more time and let's get into it. And we are back. Okay, so in the last episode we managed to finish the foundations for this particular railroad. Unfortunately, we are completely out of steel, so we need to go home. But before we do so, at this point we should have plenty of computers and circle boards piled up. So what I will do is that I will pick up everything that we should need to make those 100 adaptive control units, because we only need 100. And if we check in the recipe book, adaptive control unit, we only need 500 for one and 200 for another one of the computers and the circuit boards. So theoretically, we only need 500 circuit boards and 200 computers. And at this point, we should have plenty of those. Let me see. So in here, oh yes, lovely. So let me see. Yeah, 200 computers. And let me see how many we have. 200, 400, and let me see, they are going in. I suppose I can take out 1/2 from here. Let me see, this will give us 600. There we go. Okay, so theoretically we have everything we need to make those adaptive control units to finish phase 3. So I suppose we can basically move on to the I don't know what they are called, these special motor whatever thingamajigs. So first things first, let me put on our zip line and we are off. Also, once the railroad is complete, we will have the trains pick up the sulfur here, pick up the coal at the coal place, maybe bring it to this strip of land or maybe even here, build enough assemblers to make as much compacted coal as we can, and build a massive power generation setup. I'm not sure if we can get started on it right in this episode, but maybe in the next one. But sooner or later we will have to get to it, because yeah, our current power generation setup is barely coping with the demand. Other than that, yeah, I think that's it basically. Okay, so I think today we will try to work on those 500 whatever that we need for the project. I believe for those we also need the heavy modular frames, so this one will have to stay a little bit longer, unfortunately. So this spaghetti will have to stay, but let me see how much we can squeeze in here. 1 stack, of course. So there we go. Now this one will get started. Unfortunately, I did consider to use Summer's loop for this one, but we only have one. And for the assemblers, we need 4 Summer's loop to double the output. So you know what? I think I will be okay if we don't do that. Plus, it's not going to be too expensive. So yeah, I think we can manage. What I will do is set up 2 storage containers. 1 and 2. And feed them into the machine. So doesn't matter what belts, doesn't matter if they clip. The important thing is that they go in, and once we are done, everything will go away. So computers and circuit boards. Theoretically, this is all we need to finish the 100 adaptive control units. Let's move on to those, I don't know what they are. We can check in the encyclopedia. So parts, they are modular engines. Okay, so for those, we only need motors, rubber, and smart plating. Now, let me see, 500. We need 500 and we need 15 rubber. Sorry, not divide, but multiply. Okay, for this one, I think we do need to bring them in massive numbers, so that one might require trains. Anyways, let's set this up. So, once again, oh, hi. Do you have anything for me? Ah, some quartz. Thank you. So, let's see. We have the adaptive, not the adaptive, the, what's it called? The plating thingamajigs on the other side of this hill, right here. So, let me see. How can we do this? We will, of course, bring it in by belts. Then, let me see once again what we need. It's at the bottom of the list. Modular engines. Okay, so we don't need the heavy modular frames, so those will actually go away in a second. Motors we have right here. Let me see, so we can fit... You know what, we can bring it in by hand, I think. Let me see. How much was it again? 7,500. And we have... How many inventory slots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 54. Yeah, we have 60 inventory slots. And... sorry, no, 60. So 60 times 200. Okay. We cannot move it by hand. That's way too much. Fine. We will have to take care of the trains for this one, unfortunately. Oh well. Let me quickly put down the manufacturer for the modular engines. So, once again. Motors and those... What's it called again? Smart plating. Okay, we have those right here. I will start feeding in the motors right away. Which is coming out of here, I believe. Yes, it is. Input from there. There. We still want to keep feeding the dimensional depot, and you will go straight in there. As usual, I don't really care about clipping. This will go away after phase 3 is complete. I just want to get my hands on the hover pack. That is what's most important at the moment. After we have the hover pack, we can actually start organizing things properly, because the thing that have been keeping me away from this game is the perspective. I think I did say this in the first episode. Basically, the perspective has been a big hindrance for me, because I've been used to playing these kinds of factory games from a top-down perspective, and that makes organization a lot easier. But doing it from this perspective with such big machines, it's a little bit daunting. But with the hover pack, it's going to be a lot easier. So anyways, we have the motors. Let's bring in the smart plating next. I think we might want to stick to lower tier belts. Maybe even tier 1, that's going to be plenty good enough. So anyways, the smart plating should be right here. Oh yeah. So the whatchamacallit is still set up correctly. Why is it whatever? So anyways, the smart splitter should be set up correctly still, so I think we just go ahead and hook into it and bring it this all the way to the base and put it into the manufacturer. Once again, don't worry, once everything's finished, this will go away. But the hover pack is so close to us right now. I don't really care about beauty. I just want to get it done. Okay, so the smart plating is coming in. Let's take care of the railroad. The railroad was actually struggling because the railroad construction was struggling because we don't have enough plates. There we go. So I suppose we can set up the dimensional depot right here. Organization, dimensional depot, facing this way, preferably with some fluctuators, and we will need to do the same for the pipes as well, don't worry. I didn't forget. So for that one we need 20 of these fluctuators, which will give us 2 depots, which is what we need to keep building the railroad. Okay, so let's build this. This will be for the plates and this will be for the pipes. Let's upgrade these just in case. I don't want to tap into that one. I think this will be acceptable as well. The upload rate is, you know, not fast enough, so we don't need to worry about it too much. Okay, this is a merger, not a splitter. Okay, in that case, we will have to tap into this line, unfortunately. There, just go in there. I don't care about clipping. I just want to get things done. I will pick up. Okay, I did remember seeing me putting in the pipes into this storage, so let's take it out now. There, that should be enough to finish everything. And the pipes. The pipes can be split off from here. Again, don't worry about the clipping. Okay, so this should be all we need to finish the railroad. At least the rail tracks themselves. After that we need to set up a train station and all that kind of stuff, so we can start bringing in the rubber for the modular engines. Okay, so we are here. By the way, yeah, we could have hyper tubes under the railroads. Basically, once we have the anti-grav supports in, I will very likely put in hyper tubes, and that will make traveling in between different sites a lot faster. So anyways, I think it's safe to say that these ramps will be very gentle. So this is 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. There. We will have this one go there. And I suppose we can mirror the ramp on the other side. So 1 2 3 4 5. You know what, let's make it 6. That's going to be fine as well. 1 2 3 4 5 6. There, and this one will be long. Okay, let's quickly put in the ramps, I mean the transition between the ramp and the level ground. There we go. Nice gentle transitions. Just the way I like it. I think the vast majority of the tracks should already be placed down. I think we will run into the other end fairly soon. Maybe after that downward ramp. Now this turn, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's make it 5 on both ends. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As for this ramp, I think I will make this one 4 tiles long. I mean the transition, of course. So this one hooks into that one. A extremely gentle wide curve. So once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, which means that we need 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. On the other end, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I think I will actually mirror the other ramp, which means that this one needs to be 2 tiles longer. There, and you can hook into that one. Great. And let me see, where is it? Yes, you will hook into this one. Okay, so we have everything set up until here. Let me quickly run down the rest of the setup and let's make sure we have everything more or less where we want them. For example, I think we can do this little turn a lot more gently. So I think I will peel this one back. And we might even start the ramp a little bit sooner. Yeah, I think so. So for example, let me see. Yeah, I think I will move this one back a little bit. This ramp. Oh yes, a lot better. A lot gentler. Yeah, okay. So I'm happy with that. Now about this one, I think we can do better here as well. Right now, it is very gentle here, but then suddenly makes a sharp exit. So yeah, I think this one, the start is okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, basically need to do the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe we need to do it from here. Okay, this will be a placeholder because apparently, well, maybe not. Yeah, this will be okay. Lovely. And once again, this turn should be much more even than it was before. Oh yeah. But I like this side, but this side seems a bit abrupt. You know what? No, it's fine. Yeah, I think it just looked a little bit weird from up there. Okay, let's continue. I think from here we should have every single piece of track laid out. Yeah, this little ramp going up is perfect. Then we do a small S-turn. There we go. And we go straight up to the rim of the crater. But technically, we are going the wrong way right now. This will come down into the crater, but you know what I mean. You know, we can still do the rest of the tracks going that way. Basically, we just need to have a junction go around and then merge back that way, but I think this will also be a good way to get into the crater. But I don't think we have too many resources on that side, so I don't think that this is going to be fine, I think. Okay, so let's put in the T-junction right here. Let's see. How do we want to do this? I want this one to be relatively wide. So maybe we can start here and curve into that side like this, but it's just barely too long. Okay. Okay, you know what? We can also make it as shallow or sharp as possible, like this. This is also acceptable, I think. Let me see. So in comes the tracks here. So basically we could make the turn on this rim. But that would prevent us from going through this arch, and I kind of like it now. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. So let's get rid of these plants. Also, we are out of obelisks. Well, we still should have some gunpowder, so yeah, I will make some real quick. Okay, 50 as usual should keep us going for a while. Okay, so I think that's all we need to destroy, but maybe these, and that's it. Okay, so if we want to make the split right here, going this way, yeah, maybe we can do it, but for now I will leave it as it is. We only need to put in a couple of lights and that's it. So let's see, we need to have a block signal going out on this one, and we need to have a block signal going out here. That's fine, right? Yeah, so we will go around the crater this way, which means we will need to have a bat signal going into the junction here and going into the junction, let me say, here, right, or technically speaking, here should also be acceptable. Yeah, let's peel this one back. So you can instead be we only need to break this little section off. Can you please get into the correct position? I don't want to break this one up. We need a block signal, so we need this to be on the other side of this track. Maybe from the other side. No, it's extremely finicky. Oh, there we go. So block signal goes there, I suppose. Right? So signal goes in. That signal, that's correct, goes out. As long as nobody tries to use this segment, or yeah, this segment of the junction. Then here, train comes in, decides which way it wants to go, this way or this way. If it tries to go back to the crater, this will block any more trains going in. Okay. Hopefully this is correct, but I think it should be. As far as I can tell, it should be okay. But once again, without a hover pack, it's a little bit hard to tell. Okay, we will quickly need to set up a small signal here for the quartz train so it doesn't block the whole length of the rail tracks. In this episode, I don't think I will put in block signals all along the railroad, but at some point I will. Anyways, to make this one nice, we will need to put in the same kind of segmented tracks we did at the main base. So there, and then you hook into that one, and then there. No. There, go into that one and hook it together. There we go. So let's start with path signals. So incoming train right here, incoming trains right here. No, other side. There, and you go away. And then block signals going out of the junction. Exactly. This should work. Also, what is your problem? You should be able to see the other signals at this point. Do we have a break in the system? Okay, let me quickly build a locomotive, and we might want to run around the crater just to make sure we have everything set up, because I don't like that this signal is complaining for some reason. So yeah, electric locomotive facing, yes, this is the correct side of the tracks. Let's get going. So why is that signal complaining? Oh, wait. Never mind. I got it backwards. Stop. This is the end. This is the way we will need to go around the crater. Okay, fine. Stop, please. Now, will you roll back on the... Yes, you will. Okay. You need to stay on level ground, please. I don't know why I had the notion that trains will come in from that side. Okay, you know, I lived in England for a while, so maybe that was the reason I got confused. Plus, the signals were actually on the wrong side of the tracks. So, that signal going into the junction. And that signal going into the into the junction, yes. And then block signals leaving the junction. Might as well line it up with the other side. There. And block signal leaving the junction. Okay, now it should be okay. So let's run a quick round trip around the crater. And let's see how it looks. Of course, don't worry about the foundations. I keep saying they are temporary. But this is a good way to actually make sure that all the track segments are actually connected. Plus, this way we can make sure that there are no clipping and things like that. And here comes the cave. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more lumens from the headlight. Oh well. It was a little bit anticlimactic. Maybe we can put in some electric light to lit up the cave, sorry. So anyways, I think we are going to be okay. And we come out this way, go under this arch. And we leave back onto the main line. Great. Okay. Now... yeah, let's stop here. Oh, sorry, we are still in photo mode. We really don't want you to block the tracks. There we go. Okay, so we need to go back to the oil refinery and set up a small station for rubber. That is the last thing remaining for those modular engines. Also, the adaptive control units are 1/5 of the way done. Okay, so we have 2 sources of rubber at the moment. I think I will tap into this one because this is basically the rubber that is not being used for anything other than storage and for dumping into the awesome sink. So I will quickly set up a small station. Well, let me see. Where do we want it? I suppose under here. Maybe on this little mushroom. That's going to be fine. Okay, so we need some foundations. Maybe 4-meter ones, just to be on the safe side. Then I believe 5 tiles wide will be enough. Then 2 tiles for the actual train station. And 3 more for the freight station. And that should do it. Now maybe want it to be on the side, not completely in line with the train tracks like this. Okay, so transport, train station. We will go this way. Yes, and then a freight platform. Yeah, facing the refinery. There we go. Okay, there. So you hook into the power. There we go. And might as well start loading the rubber. So the rubber. Oh, perfect. It's on this side. Okay, so we can still keep using this splitter. That's going to be a-okay. We just need to tell it to treat the right exit as a primary output. So this one is another primary output. Yes. So the train station is being loaded. Great. Now we just need to hook it up to the railway network. And we can start delivering the... can I? Okay, I can't make it. Can I make it on top from here, maybe? We should be. Okay, so we can start delivering the rubber to the main platform, main base. It's not going to be a pretty connection, it just needs to be a functional connection. There we go. I don't think I will even bother with signals because only a single train will run on this part of the network for the time being. Let me see, can you make it there? No, fine. You can come down. Well, as long as... there we go. As soon as it's not too steep, it will be okay. Okay, basically... we are done here. I will build the train right away and we will take it home. So electric locomotive. I think this will need to be double-headed because on the other end I think I will have a one-way platform. So freight car then another locomotive, and that is it. Let's go home. Once again, these tracks are completely temporary. Once we have the once we have the hover pack, things will start becoming a little bit more permanent. I might place down a couple of signals in between the base and the quartz outpost, just so the two trains don't block the whole length of the main line, but I don't think it's going to be too necessary to place too many, maybe 10 altogether, 5 on each side. I think that's going to be plenty enough for the time being. Okay, so I think I will split off right here. No. Go forward. I will split off here instead. Yeah, I think that makes a little bit more sense. So, stop. And we will, split off right here, I suppose. And don't worry, I keep saying, but it worth reiterating, don't get too attached to anything I'm building at the moment. There we go. So, a small temporary train station, roll in there, freight platform, drop off the rubber here, hook the tracks into it, there. Also, don't forget to power it up. I suppose there should be okay. Let's make sure both of the sides of the main line is accessible. So from here, you can hook into the other side there. Will you do it? Yes, you are. Okay. And I think that's it. Okay, we need to set this place to be unloading. And then I will tell the train to get to work. So unload here. Okay, so at the train station, timetable this train. I'm not even going to name it. That's going to be fine. At the timetable, the train station we need to pick up is Wuppertal and drop off at, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm not even going to set up filters or anything like that. So if I turn this on, it should get to work. Oh, right. It is actually on the wrong side of the tracks. What we need to do is give it a way out. Back onto the other side of the rail tracks. Basically, a small switch. Oh, right. I don't think we can have triple junctions, but this should do it. So, yeah, it is off. Great. Off you go. Okay, we can get rid of this switch. Okay, let's hook that rubber into the modular engine factory, and theoretically speaking, phase 3 is in the bag. Right? I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I can tell, we should be okay. So output goes into Again, clipping, I don't give a hoot. I just want to finish this one. Goes in here. Motors, smart plating, rubber. Done. By the way, smart plating, only 2 per minute. Yeah, we are making much more than that. Okay, so let's take a look at the map. Yeah, this is the train. No, the silica train. This is the one. Train 1 goes around the crater. It will go into this station if all goes well. It will get loaded with rubber. Make the turn. Yeah, it is actually going down into the station. Stops, gets loaded. Okay, I think we are good. Well, while we are waiting... okay. I wanted to work a little bit on the concrete factory. Well, I think we can work around the train tracks. That's going to be fine. Now, do we want to mimic the architecture of this one or try something new? I think for now I will mimic it and then we will try something new at some other places. Okay, we have a choice to make. How do we want to have the windows? I think on the lower side of the walls is going to be okay. Because it's a different height. If you remember, on this wall, we actually have 4 meter, 1 meter, 4 meter, and 1 meter on top. But this one is 3 4-meter walls. So I think this will be okay. At this point, we should have rubber in the system. Yes, so what's the hold up? We have power. Oh, right, we are not actually outputting the finished products. That might be the reason why I didn't see anything going into the space elevator. There we go. That takes care of it. Wow, 3 whole motors or engines. That's great. Yeah, this might take a while. What's the production rate? 1 per minute, so basically 500 minutes. That's going to be 500 minutes divided by 68 hours if we don't hurry up. Okay. Let's see. I think what I will do is take out the Summers loop from this one. You know what? No. No. For now, I will just give it some extra overclocking. So that's 2.5 per hour. So let me see. And divided by 2.5, that's going to be 3 hours. That's a little bit more friendly. And with a summer's loop, that's going to be around 1.5 hours. Not a summer's loop, but 4 summer's loops. Because don't forget, this one requires 4. Maybe. For now, I will leave it as it is. Okay, so let's get back to work. Okay, so this window made sense on this factory because the top one was actually blocked, so it looks very industrial. But what about this one? I think it might benefit from some other kind of window. So walls, let me take a look. Concrete wall version. Let's see how this one looks. You know what? So far, it's okay. Yeah, I think I like it. But you know, just in case, let's take a look at the, maybe this one. This one isn't too bad either. Let's take it from, let's take a look from the inside. Yeah, I think I will go with the smaller windows. I think that fits the aesthetic a little bit better. Okay, I think the concrete factory is pretty much finished. Now, I did leave the space right above the entrances open for a reason. Now that we have these big displays, we can use these as kind of a display showing what is actually being made here. So I will offset this a little bit. Well, let's see how it looks. I don't think it's going to be okay. No. What if we have a different layout? So layout, this one maybe? No, it's still being blocked on the side. Cancel layout. We could just have a big sign in the middle. Yeah, you know what? I think I like this one. Okay, so this is a concrete factory, so we will of course go for concrete. There we go. Select icon. I think I will go for the factory blue background. And the rest will be completely black. Yeah, I think this will work. This will be glossy, but it will be only 1 emission strength. Yeah, I think this should work. We could give it a bit of extra oomph by adding some of these, maybe something like this. Let's see. Nah, it's fine. We don't need this one. We don't need anything. Or let's see how it looks with the darker background. Maybe a little bit stronger black, so maybe -1 on the brightness. -1. Select colors. Yeah, that's a little bit too strong. Maybe -1.5, 0.5. 0.5. Select color. Yeah, you know what? I think this looks okay. although I am not quite sure about it being glossy. Let's see. Of course, we will need to have some corner or border around it. Something like this. I don't know. Yeah, 1 meter down. Just so the whole display is visible. Yeah, so what do you think? I don't like the black. Let's make it 0.25. Yeah, now it's a little bit better, I think. Although, let's try it with matte finish. No, I think glossy is needed. But I think I will leave this one at 0. Yeah, just a very, very subtle black gradient behind it. That's going to be fine. Also, I just noticed that we are running out of jetpack fuel, so there we go. Yeah, I think this will do. Let me copy this one over to this one. Now, this will very likely result in a bit of lost headroom on the entrance. Okay, so let's copy this one, copy, paste it into this one there, and we just need to switch out the icon. So ingot, iron, select, done. Okay, I will peel back these wedges, put in, yeah, that's not going to work. We could go in, but it doesn't feel right. Let me see. If I move this display up a little bit, maybe down by 0.5 meter. And these could go in here. How would that look with the iron ingot? Iron ingot, select icon. You know what? Yeah, I think this one actually works. The headroom is acceptable, I think. Yeah. Okay, let me quickly put back the wedges. Walls. This time 4 meter ones, I think. We only need to have the edges visible. Does this work? I think it works, but yeah, maybe these wedges could be a little bit higher. So instead of, well, it's already as high as it can be. Okay, we will do this without wedges. That's going to be fine as well. Let's make sure. There and there. Okay, let's replicate this on the other side. Before we go, let's copy this one. So, display, and we have no oscillators. That's fine. We should be able to make as many as we need. Let me see. Production. No, special. Crafting bench. There we go. Oscillators, please. Also, this one needs to be facing the correct way, please. So turn it upside down and nudge it up by 1 or half a meter. So paste, and that's it. This one can be, I believe, yeah, half a meter higher. There. Okay. Now we know this is where the iron ingots are being made. And this is where the concrete is being made. You know, just for consistency, I will get rid of these wedges. That's fine. Or, hear me out, we could have steel wall wedges. Yeah, I think this works quite nicely. So I think, well, since we are making iron on this in this one, maybe the walls and these wedges around could be made out of metal. For the concrete factory, this aesthetics makes sense, but for this one, I think we can do maybe metal walls and metal ramparts and things like that. That might make sense. But I think that can wait until I make a decision on it. I think inside the factories we should have these coated concrete foundations, basically a little bit more reflective versions of the concrete floors. Okay, I think we are pretty much good at this point. We should be a little bit over time at this point, so let me say, yeah, 1 hour 6 on the recording. I think I will cut it right here. So we are almost, yeah, more than halfway done with the adaptive control units. Let me see, how is the supply in the modular engine factory? Yeah, these belts are standing still, so I think after the adaptive frames or the adaptive control units are done, we will switch that one over to making these, so we can speed things up a little bit more. We only need to speed 3 belts, that's going to be fine. So yeah. This one, you know what? Let's speed this one up a little bit as well. How are we on power, by the way? Yeah, it could be better, but not too bad. Okay, so this should speed up the adaptive control units, and that will be fine. Okay, I think we can say goodbye now. Yeah, all that is left to say is that thank you for watching. If you liked the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you want. If you would like to support me a little bit more, you can do so by clicking the join button and becoming a channel member, which will give you an early and ad-free access to these videos. Once again, thank you for watching and thank you very much for your support. I will see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.